Hi, I'm Ed. I'm the 2022 Allett Creative Stripes mowing champion. Been a gardener for about nearly 20 years now. Started off in London for 13 years working for a maintenance company. Then moved up to Oxfordshire about 6 or 7 years ago, where I started entering the competitions, finished second and third until I moved here just over a year ago at Cornbury House, where I'm the head gardener. So being the head gardener here, we've got around about 6 or 7 acres of lawn, and the garden is about 11 acres in total. We've got a nice veg garden, greenhouse area. We let a lot of the garden go wild during the season, but keep the lawns mowed once a week. We've got large flower borders, rose borders and hydrangeas. We've got a swimming pool area which you have to keep neat and tidy, and roses and lots of fruits and stuff growing on walls that we look after, so it's quite full on. I'm here 5 days a week, full time, and I have a little bit of help from Paul Drinkwater, who helps me 3 days a week. So the main idea behind the stripes this year was that I used the helicopter pad in the middle as the circles, and then radiated out from the middle circle until we ran out of lawn basically, and then the idea of splitting it into different sections, one, it makes it more interesting to mow, but also it hides the undulations in the ground and it keeps your lines a lot straighter. And a lot of the ideas that I've got on these lawns stems from my old position where I had the ideas to do that. And there was also a book that I found that is a creative stripe book, which has loads of different ideas. So if anyone wants to look that up, it will help with your designs next year. So to get the pattern to stand out, we cut it once a week, and the checkered areas we cut twice a week, because that's the pattern that's hardest to get it to stay in there, and the up and down stripes are the easiest to get to stay in there. I cut the middle section, which is almost like a tartan, slightly lower than the rest, and it's a better quality of lawn as you get closer to the house, because when we first started mowing here, it was all done on a ride-on, and the quality of the lawn was pretty bad. So to actually get the patterns to stick, you need to improve the quality of your lawn. You don't want any large weeds and clover in there, because it just grows too quickly and the lawn pattern won't stand out. So it's quite a lot of work just to maintain it, and it takes around about 5 to 6 hours to mow the lawn if you did it all in one go. And I worked out that it's around about 8 or 9 miles you've walked once you've finished it. So it's quite a long day if you do it all in one day, but we tend to split it up into sections and do it over the week. So it's worth cutting your lawns on different heights. Like this lawn is so big that it varies throughout the whole lawn. So you can get away with cutting certain things shorter, which tends to make it look a bit better. And then the circles at the top of the lawn, we cut that on a much higher setting, because if we didn't, it would just be brown. So it's worth trying out different heights, and that will help improve your stripes and make them clearer. So the best thing to do is when you're taking your shots of your lawn is to try and get as high as possible. So I was lucky enough to have access to a drone, and a company took the photo for us because they were doing a promotional video for something else. But if you can get up onto the roof or into a top floor window or on a really tall ladder, but you really need to get on top of the design to see it best. Otherwise, it's just you're not going to get the best out of your lawn then. So when I got the phone call off Austin, I think I was just cleaning the mower. I think we just finished mowing, and I was a bit on edge because we've been watching the posts of the top 6, and so by the time it got to the last 2, I was either thinking that I'd won it or I hadn't got in the top 6. So it was actually, when I got the phone call, it was actually more relief that it was over and I found out I'd won, and yeah, and obviously entering a couple of years in a row, or 3 years now, it's just nice to finally win it after finishing second and third in previous competitions. So my employers were really pleased. They were very keen for me to enter once I asked if I could enter, so they're over the moon that we won, and it's something they can show off about, I suppose. So planning to use the prize, well, all the different cartridges are going to be helpful here, but I'll probably take it home and use it at home and use it on the smaller lawns here. So just quite excited to use it, really.